Welcome back to the Philosophy for Philistines channel with me, your reluctant prophet, recording here out of the trailer in Gracefield. Got a good one for you today. Society has become so besotted with Luciferian presumption that we can no longer understand one another's actual meaning. The constantly metastasizing nature of postmodern literary lunacy and linguistic deconstruction is being propagated by thought police who demand our total compliance to an irrational orthodoxy which even they cannot clearly define. The resulting artificially created alphabet soup features gender identities which include male, female, transgender, gender neutral, non-binary, agender, pangender, genderqueer, two-spirit, third gender, and all, none, or a combination of these, leaving us with the ridiculous anagram of LGBTQ1A2S+. This species of gender wokeness has poisoned the well of public discourse, with the LPC government of Justin Trudeau in concert with the NDP led by Jagmeet Singh acting as its evangelizing disciples. On top of the sexual confusion being promoted by the state, our leaders are governing us through fear. We have been scared into compliance due to our politicians' use of hyperbolic catastrophizing on climate change and disease pathogens. As a result, we are living in an age of emotional blackmail directed at us by political narcissists. This new political class is devoid of the real statesmen needed to lead us out of this crisis. And this crisis of conscience is the deliberate creation of the critical theorists who have completely taken over the academy to infect all our sacred institutions downstream of the universities with their diabolical ideology. Even though there remain some of us who reject cultural Marxist critical theory, the new neo-Marxist orthodoxy has even managed to infect the boardrooms of big business. If businesses refuse to comply with this new orthodoxy, the social credit system being created by the thought police in power will simply cancel them. Few realize the full extent of the success of this cultural Marxist revolution. However, as a classical liberal in the English sense, I do, since my political views are based upon proven social progress. This is why it infuriates me that these illiberal authoritarians have the unmitigated gall to call themselves liberals. At times, this makes me regret I remain alive to witness this. Moreover, as a Christian who eschews the prevailing corruption in church life, I seriously wonder why Christians have become so ineffectual in combating this irrational lunacy, since Christ is the solution to this transhumanist assault on human nature itself. So let's examine the root cause of this dysfunction. All dysfunction is the result of the need to control things which lie beyond our ability to control. This is the reason that the 12-step serenity prayer begins with, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The inability to recognize these limitations leads to addiction and all manner of toxic behaviors, like believing it is possible to randomly choose our gender identity apart from our God-given biology, for instance. This psychological phenomenon forms the basis for governments throughout the Western world forgetting the liberal principle of live and let live in exchange for total social control of state-mandated critical theories. This has resulted in the creation of a political class which is narcissistically addicted to power, control, and magical thinking. The only way for us to deal with these addicts is by refusing to enable their addiction. I will not participate in state-sanctioned tyranny, replete as it is with state-mandated social engineering policies that advocate gender insanity and hyperbolic catastrophizing about biological pathogens and climate change. It has resulted in codependency and toxic behavior, not merely for the addicts, but also for those who are being impacted by their addiction to total state control. Society writ large has therefore developed a sick codependent relationship with governments who are keeping us in a constant state of abusive codependency. These disciples of social engineering have created artificial language constructed to force us to subscribe to their impossible magical thinking. Delusions which are so mad that by subscribing to them, they will tear down social order out of an attempt to create something which literally cannot exist. So these are things to think and pray about today on this August the 8th. God bless you. Have a lovely afternoon.